And now we're going to talk about temperatures because it's going to be a bit interesting to talk about the temperatures over the next 7 days, not so much on the surface. But let's start with today. We're going to be seeing highs getting into the 60s for a majority of us. A little bit warmer along the South Shore, south along the I-35 corridor, a little bit cooler along the North Shore. Might be seeing in the upper 50s there. But then the cold front is going to pass through. Now we're going to be looking at more seasonal temperatures, and we're going to be seeing most of us in the 50s, maybe a bit chillier thanks to some of the rain, the winds into the Arrowhead and in the UP. Might be staying more into the upper 40s there. They'll likely still stay in the low 50s. And then now we're going to look at the over the next 7 days because we're going to be a little more mild during the weekend, seeing those 60s come back. But as we start to get into the middle of next week, temperatures are going to start dropping back down into the lower 50s for many of us, in fact. And you'll do notice something because I do show this chart quite a bit. It shows Hibbing, shows Hayward, so it shows two good locations in the Northland, and it gives context. It shows if it's above or below average. But you do notice something interesting because even though we're dropping into the low 50s today, that would be actually below the seasonal average. But in less than a week out, that's actually right around normal, not a little bit above the seasonal average. And that just shows you the signs that temperatures here in the Northland are changing rapidly. We're at that time of year. So if we look at today, this is the average high temperature. This is what we expect to be this time of year once you average out all the October nights we have seen and what the temperatures were. So most of us into the upper half of the 50s, a little bit cooler once you get into the Arrowhead. But I want to pull this out 6 days ahead. This is going to this coming Wednesday. Notice how much the average high temperature changes. Now the average high temperature is in the lower half of the 50s for most of us. We actually see some spots in the upper 40s once we get into the northern parts of Minnesota. So in just less than a week, we're seeing the average temperature drop about 5 degrees for many of us. And if we pull this out a whole 2 weeks, then look at this. In just 2 weeks from now, we expect the average temperature to be into the 40s for those highs, upper half of the 40s. But we're really cooling on down here in the Northland when it comes to the average temperatures. Though, of course, with the weather, it is always a roller coaster.